LaDonia Boggs. LaDonia Boggs. I want you guys to know this name, have it ingrained in your memory. She's a DC woman, and she was stabbed to death by the father of her child. Right off the bat, whoa, this guy, throw him in jail, throw the book at him, eye for an eye, get him stabbed. Like, you're mad, obviously. Anybody who just hears that is pissed. But there's got to be a reason. Why did this guy? I mean, they're not from Florida, so we know there has to be a actual reason why he did this. They're from DC. Well, apparently, Ms. Boggs was on PCP and she fell asleep. And when she fell asleep, people, not everybody sleeps like a stone. They move around in their bed. On PCP, she rolled over, and while she was rolling over, she rolled over on top of her baby and killed her baby.
Wow.
So that's bad. As a father, I'd be pissed. You know what I mean? I'd be really pissed. So cherry on top of the cupcake, when she realizes what she did, she made a video about it. Of course, because we're in the area of social media, got a trend. She made a video about it. And in the video, she proceeds to admit that she took the body and threw it in the garbage. And to this day, that body has never been recovered.
Wow.
Naturally, of course, the baby's father hears about this, comes over, stabs her to death. Now he's being charged for, I believe it's second-degree murder, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have to ask, video started off, man kills baby's mother, all the sympathy is on the woman. You feel so bad for that girl now?
Wow. 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 And then the guy's being charged too.
Yeah.
So
well, of course, like
second.
he took a life. You know what I mean? He took a life.
Yeah. Eye for an eye. I don't know about that one. But do I feel bad for the girl? I mean, shoot. On the one aspect, she didn't do it on purpose. Her intentions were not to roll over and suffocate her child. Obviously, that wasn't what she was trying to do. On the other hand, she was high on PCP. That was her intention, to be high, and then to try to take care of her child. So, it's tough because I don't. Life situations are different for everybody else, but you can't use.
I don't want you to miss that, because you said, hey, she was on PCP. That was her choice, and her intent wasn't to kill her child. But
it was to be high.
But after she was no longer high, she threw the body in the garbage. So I just want to make sure you remember that part. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I didn't. No, I didn't forget. That just happened after, and you didn't give me a chance to get there. But
well, I never do.
Yeah, that's fine. You do that all the time, and that's fine. That's fine. I'll continue with my thought. So, anyways, I don't want to, criticize or use anybody's life experiences as excuses or anything like that. But she must have been in a state to where, something was going wrong. I can at least say that, right? So already in a bad place in life. Then I roll over and I am high. I probably don't even realize that I rolled over onto my kid. I come down from this, I'm sober, and I realize now that this child has passed away. Now, I am a drug addict. I do not think rationally. All I think to myself is, I have drugs, I have all this stuff in the house, and I need to not get in trouble. What am I going to do in this situation to not get in trouble? Obviously, I'm trying to get everybody into the psyche here. I can't understand it, but this is what I do. In her thought process, I believe she said to herself, the easiest way to avoid any problems is to get rid of whatever could get me in trouble, which in this case, unfortunately, was her daughter. And she did the dumbest thing possible, but also the quickest solution for herself. I can't flush her down the toilet. So there's a dumpster out back. Let me go dump her out there. Garbage day is tomorrow. She'll be gone. Nobody will ever know. Unfortunately, she didn't think about the husband, or the baby daddy in this case, I should say, who did know.
Yeah, but also, even with that, she went on live and talked about it. She incriminated herself.
Oh, yeah. Once again, illogical thinking.
But furthermore, people know you have a child. They're gonna be like, "Hey, where's your kid?"
Right.
You know what I mean? So going back to like her method of thinking or lack thereof, if she was gonna do this, and if she did think it through, somebody came, kidnapped the kid or whatever. You know what I mean? So you don't do this and go on live and announce it to the world,
Yeah.
right? Because if you do that, then okay, you have no excuse. You did this, right? So I guess the long and short of it is, and I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going to go with this, and you spoke on it earlier, is absolutely an eye for an eye. Should the husband be charged with first or second degree murder, or the baby's father? For sure. You can't just kill someone, even if they,
Mm,
you cannot just kill someone, even if they killed your child. You cannot do that and expect to just go and walk around freely. That's just not how the world works. You can do it if you accept your fate. If you accept your fate, if you say, hey, you know what, I'm not even gonna avoid the police. I'm just gonna turn myself in. I did it. No problem. I did it. If that is your train of thinking, then by golly, do what you got to do. Because that would
okay.
be my train of thinking.
Right. That's what, because I like what you said, because I'm gonna do what I gotta do. If
That
that's the way that we're gonna phrase it, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. In my mind, I think it should just be in certain cases like that where it involves your child. Yeah, I'm going off the rails. And I feel like the only reason um it's gonna be the only reason he can't get a crime of passion defense in this case is because he wasn't present when it was actually happening. Like, he had time to think on his way to wherever she was,
right,
unfortunately.
right.
So but me personally, defense, I'm still going for it. I'm still going for crime of passion. I'm saying he was feeling it the entire time he was driving. Cause duh, you know what I'm saying?
Who wouldn't?
Right?
Who wouldn't?
like
And
duh.
and at the end of the day, fine, you could play that up. But even if you don't, you're like, yeah, I did it. When this guy goes to jail, inevitably, because that's gonna happen, I don't think he's gonna have a hard time. I don't think
No.
there's one person in the prison where he's gonna be staying that's gonna be like, bro, how could you? No, they're gonna be like, yeah, you that nigga. He's gonna
Yeah.
be like Future in that jail cell.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
I don't know about
well,
all that.
you guys get what I'm saying. But
Better future than Juicy Smollett. So
right, the point is yeah, this is sick, man. And by the way, this happens a lot, and there's been situations where they're not even on drugs, and the person, they still get penalized legally. I remember reading a story where I think it was a grandfather or a grandmother, whatever. It was an infant child. If you know anything about infants, they can't be lying down on their stomach like that because their neck isn't strong enough to turn their head.
mhm.
So if they lie down on their stomach and they're on their face, that's it. They're gonna suffocate. So, anyways, the grandfather or grandmother's lying on the recliner. They're a heavier set person, so it's like a big cushion for this infant. Baby fell asleep on the grandparents' chest. I guess they moved a little bit. Face right in between here.
Mhm.
Infant died, and that person got charged.
Crazy.
Right. So all I'm saying is, I said it already. Justifiable. Is this a thing? Justifiable homicide? That's not a thing, right?
It sounds nice. Maybe it is.
It should be. It
Yeah, I'm
really
sure it
should
is.
be.
It is an actual term.
But would a jury, and we
It's
can
called
end it here.
self-defense.
This is not self-defense, so but I get where you're going. But if you're on this jury and you hear the full story, you see the live the woman gave. How do you, if it's a jury trial, but how do how do you actually say, hey, maximum sentence? Is there any sympathy there? Or you just got to go, this is the law, you broke it.
Sympathy for what? Where am I finding sympathy? Why am I finding sympathy for this
I'm
lady?
talking about, no, not the lady, the guy who murdered his baby's
Oh, like
mother.
his trial. I thought you
Yes,
meant this
yeah, no,
this
no, no,
lady. We're
no.
talking
Well,
about her.
she's dead. She's not going to trial. So the
Okay.
guy, yeah, him. If you're take the jury out of it, you're the judge, right? And it's your responsibility to sentence this guy. Do you have any sympathy, or is it just by the book? You killed someone, maximum.
I mean, yeah, we're talking about the same thing. Even during his trial, there's no sympathy for her because that's what they're gonna have to create. They're gonna have to create sympathy for her in order to get him whatever sentence that he needs, right?
Right.
And then the defense's version is going to be to make her look like she was
An animal.
Yeah, not a good parent. Pretty much. I was trying to find a nice fancy word to say.
Animal.
I can't realize what it is right now, but whatever.
So
there's no sympathy. There's no
okay.
sympathy for her. No, there's no sympathy. That's what I started off saying. Sympathy for who?
Okay,
For
fair
who?
enough. Fair
There's
enough.
no sympathy for her. No.
Viewing
She
public.
knows what she was doing. She got high and then she chose to take care of her kid. You know, before you're high, you know, I'm about to get high and there's a kid here. Like, you know that.
I know what the crazy thing is like
So
she has a baby father who's clearly involved in the child's life enough to be pissed off enough to kill her. So, hey, how about this? I'm having a shitty day, shitty week, whatever. I just got my hands on some PCP. I need some time to just disconnect. Pick up the phone. Hey, nigga, I know we're not friends, but can you please come and watch your daughter? I need to
but
get
like I said,
up.
that's why I said I don't want to comment on people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. The baby was with her. Was it just a
But
visitation thing,
all she had
did she have? No, but think about this. Think about this. The baby was with her. So was it just a one-time thing where the baby was there, or was the baby always with her? Because if the baby's always with, right, because there's a reason for that. That's what I'm saying. If she is the primary caregiver, there's a reason for that. So let's not just sit here and assume that the baby daddy was this big innocent guy just because what his actions, we might agree with his actions, but that doesn't mean that the life that he was living was all holy and saintful.
That's
You know
true
what I'm saying?
too. We don't know that
Okay,
side either. We don't know that side either.
So there's that aspect of it as
All
well.
I know is you can get a babysitter, nigga. Put it this way: she could have went on Craigslist. Let's be real here. She could have went on Craigslist, and the stranger that she found on Craigslist would have obviously taken better care of this child than she did at that moment. That's all I'm saying.
Or let me one up you. She could have went on Facebook Live and found a babysitter.
There you go. Whatever. Put the kid lock the kid in the bathroom. The kid would have been better off.
Wow.
Well, it's hard to roll on a child when they're in the bathroom.
Well, it's hard to take care of a child in the bathtub too, but that's fine.
And could you argue that she took care of that child when the child was not in the bathroom?
I mean, having porcelain barriers around the child would probably make it safer, I guess.
All right, then. Viewing public, what are your thoughts here? I know me, myself, when I'm about to get turned up, I wait till my kid is asleep. I wait till they're not around me. I do the responsible thing. All right. What are your thoughts here? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's 10 o'clock, ho. What the fuck's you see that? That's a RZA line. Deuces. Okay.